Hi everyone, and welcome into our stream here on this Wednesday evening. Temperature, or I should say, well, temperature anyways, about 86 degrees outside the time, about 8:38 here in the evening. The sun has now finally set, and with that, the showers and thunderstorms we saw earlier today are beginning to fade away. The weather impact here in the coming days, really, it's more about hot and humid conditions. We saw some of those today. We made it up to 92. Going forward, we should see more of that. The sky has cleared out now as we head into the evening. I think we're done for the rain for the night. 85 degrees, light south winds, and the sun officially set at 8:31. We need to update that number. At any rate, thanks for watching here on our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel and on CBS19 Plus, where we stream these weather updates. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot to tell you other than we're talking about some warm temperatures, probably warmest temperatures we've seen so far, at least in a stretch. We could see back-to-back days where it's up to 94 degrees. That's what's left of the thunderstorm that developed near Tyler and then moved across eastern parts of Smith County through Upshur County, and then another part of it broke off and headed up toward Morris and Camp County and through Upshur County, and now it's just kind of left over as a light rain shower in Hallsville. It's tied to this low pressure area here, and you can see some of the taller cloud tops starting to move to the south. This is the one chance of rain that we were tracking later tonight. So it's a little boundary that's weakening as it moves to the south. Meantime, that's our next big weather player. It's a large area of high pressure aloft at about 18,000 feet is where we're looking. There's a whole lot of dry air. That air is sinking, and as it sinks, it compresses, it squeezes out heat. And so because of that, we end up with temperatures that'll be in the mid-90s over the next several days. This storm system here is headed to the east coast. They have a chance for some severe weather. Right now they have severe weather from Ohio through Kentucky. Severe weather on the east coast from the Carolinas up into New York, maybe even as far north as New Hampshire. This high pressure system here then builds in behind that. It's over top of us tomorrow, Friday, over the weekend. By early next week, it's over the east coast. And with that in mind, some East Coast cities could see some record high temperatures. For us, it's more about the humidity than the heat tomorrow. We'll see highs around 93 to 94 degrees, but the dew points today were in the mid 70s. That's some exceptionally humid air, even for June here in East Texas. We have all of July and August to go, and sometimes the highest dew points we can see are felt in August. So just imagine how warm it could feel later on in the summer. Tomorrow it could feel like 104 degrees, Jefferson 105 at Henderson, 104 at Palestine, and 106 at Crockett. I am monitoring our Facebook page tonight. If anybody has any questions, we'll try to answer those for you. Again, we're not tracking any severe storms or anything of that nature, but we are tracking this exceptionally warm air that will move in. And Friday, more of the same. Feels like temperature jumping up to about 106 at Henderson, maybe 106 at Crockett, 101 in Athens, 102 at Tyler and Longview. Notice some of these cooler areas where it's just dark red instead of that bright, vibrant pink. Well, that's indicative of maybe a few showers that try to fire up. Like we had today, a couple of thunderstorms on a boundary. And so a boundary is almost like acts like a mini cold front. So we had decaying thunderstorms north of the Red River, but the slightly cooler or drier air flowed out away from the thunderstorms that acted kind of like a boundary, and so we saw those showers and thunderstorms sort of fire up just behind that boundary. First day of summer, Friday. Doesn't arrive until Friday at 9:41. So if you want to say Saturday's the first day of summer, you can, but officially, Friday will be the longest amount of daylight we have in the entire year, with sunrise around 6:15 or 6:14 and setting at about 8:31. If summer arrives at 9:41 in the evening, then at 10 o'clock, summer's off to a stuffy start with temperatures right around 85 degrees. First full day of summer, Saturday, 94 degrees. Sunday, 94 degrees. We'll have a breezy south wind here Saturday up close to 20 miles an hour. That's going to feel kind of nice in the shade. There you go. Friday into Saturday, we're breezy, if not just a tad windy. Then the winds are light and variable on Sunday, breezy on Monday, and Tuesday also some light winds. There it is. This is the big weather maker coming up here over the week and into the weekend. Big area of high pressure. Again, this what I'm showing you here are the winds aloft at about 18,000 feet, so the air is piling up over top of us. It will spread to the east. It's going to be very hot over the weekend. There's tomorrow's storm system that heads to the east coast. We do have a storm system out off the Pacific Northwest, but it may get blocked by the strong high pressure system and may prevent any type of front making it here. We may have a front make a run at us Next week, a little bit, small chance of rain, but it's really about the temperatures. 94 tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water if you're working outside, wearing the lightweight clothing, taking breaks when you can, or doing as much work outside tomorrow. Do it earlier in the day when the temperatures are in the 70s. There's the front, and it is stalling and eventually becoming stationary here by Friday evening. Notice a couple showers just around. It's really just about a 20% chance or less. And through the weekend, we stay primarily dry. So summer rainfall, we're not done yet, but June, on average, one of the 2 rainiest months of the year, along with May. And so far in June, we just made it through 18 days, right? So we've already got more than what we typically see in the month of June up to this point. In fact, we're sitting at about 2.5 inches ahead of average at Tyler, almost 2 3/4 of an inch ahead at Longview, and more than 3 inches ahead at Lufkin. For the year, well, Tyler's almost 9 inches in the plus side of things in the rain gauge. Longview about 4 inches above average, and Lufkin more than 9 inches above average. So that's why everything's green. And of course, we get into what we call the swamp cooler effect, meaning that as that warm air passes over top of the moist soil, well, we use some of the sun's energy to evaporate moisture out of the soil. So instead of being 95 or 96 or 97 if we had a dry soil, that's why the next couple of days could be 92, 93, maybe 94 degrees on the high end. Next 7 days, a couple showers up toward the Arklatex. I think it's more about the sea breeze showers that kick up here Monday, Tuesday. That's why you'll see more shower and thunderstorm activity along the Gulf Coast, some slightly heavier rainfall totals. As those showers move, of course, back to the northwest, they kind of weaken, but we still could have a couple showers here and there. Rain chances, Thursday it's a 30% chance, Saturday it's a 20% chance, Monday it's a 20% chance, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, if we see some showers, we could have those little bit of sea breeze showers. Tomorrow, severe weather threat shifts off to the east, leaving us dry, or at least with no severe weather threat. Hurricane Eric in the Pacific. Okay, so if you're cruising through the Gulf, headed down to Cancun or Cozumel or over toward the Bahamas, all is quiet over the next 7 days. If you're headed to Acapulco or perhaps one of the western areas of Mexico, there could be an issue with this storm, Hurricane Eric, now with the winds at 120 miles an hour, moving to the northwest at about 10 miles an hour, and forecast, it is currently a Category 3 storm, so it is strengthened. So it is our Category 3 storm and is forecast to be a Category 3 storm tonight at midnight, and then weakens to a tropical storm as it heads into southwest Mexico. But it could produce a lot of rainfall. Heavy rainfall is possible, and that could have a big impact on the resorts at Acapulco. So a big weather player there for sure in southwestern Mexico. All right, for us, partly cloudy, 75 for the overnight low tonight. Tomorrow, up to 85 by 11 a.m., 92 to 93 between 3 and 5. I think we could hit 94 for the high temperature. Isolated thunderstorms, sure, there's a chance, about a 30% chance. Otherwise, very warm and humid. It'll feel like it's 100 degrees or a little bit better than that. Marshall's up to 95 tomorrow. Crockett up to 93, Lufkin up to 94 degrees. Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine & Joint Hospital, 7-day forecast, 94 on Juneteenth. Isolated thunderstorms possible, first day of summer. Of course, summer doesn't arrive till late Friday in the evening, but still, technically, it will be the longest amount of daylight during the entire year. 94 degrees on Friday, 94 Saturday, 94 Sunday. Small chances of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're updating the 10-day forecast on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. Hope to see you then. Have a great night, everyone.